Almost all suits have a ranged attack of some sort, and this is accomplished by pressing the shot button. These projectiles can vary by suit and can include laser beams, chain gun bullets, explosive rockets, and more. Most beam weaponry can score a knockdown in 3 consecutive hits, and this is most easily achieved by boost canceling your shots. This is done by shooting, holding a direction and boosting by quickly pressing the boost button twice, shooting while in mid-boost, and repeating the cycle. This allows you to cancel the shooting animation after the round is fired, which gives you the ability to fire again faster at the cost of some boost meter. Gatling shots from chain guns and such don't really benefit from this technique, as they shine in sustained fire scenarios. So your goal with those is to light a target up and not stop until they literally drop. Rockets and shells are powerful and usually require precise timing to be completely effective, but their crazy high damage output makes paying attention to enemy movement, and more importantly, when an enemy stops moving, worthwhile. There's nothing more satisfying in Gundam Versus than closing the gap on an enemy and racking up the damage with a multi-hit combination attack. Hitting someone is easy. Just approach an enemy and hit the melee attack button. Multiple presses will launch a multi-hit string. From there, the close quarters offensive game opens up. Holding a direction will cause changes to the melee attack, as well as the attack's approach on an enemy. A neutral melee, neutral denoting no directional input on the stick or pad, is a basic multi-hit string that does decent damage and comes out fast, but a left or right directional input with melee will normally curve on approach, which can catch sidestepping enemies and dodge ranged attacks that seek to stop you in your tracks. Holding forward and hitting melee usually offers an alternate close range combo to the neutral version, whereas back in melee usually offers something suit specific, which can be a stun attack, an air launcher, or a melee counter meant to catch an overzealous opponent. Boost dashing also modifies melee, mixing up combo hits and attack types. But wait, there's more. In order to really get the most out of melee hits, you need to step cancel, which is the act of sidestepping while delivering the pain. Step canceling stops your string in progress and lets you restart it, allowing you to tack on more hits and thus more damage. The only problem is that the longer you stay active in hitting an opponent, the longer you're open to be attacked by their teammate. So be aware of your surroundings and don't keep a string going for longer than it remains safe. Each suit has a plethora of offensive and defensive options, but with only a shot and melee attack button, one would start to imagine there must be an alternate way to use those other options. Enter combination pressing, where mixing and matching gives you a viable way into and out of almost every situation. To illustrate this, we're going to use the OG of the entire franchise, the venerated RX-78-2, the titular mobile suit. So, the Gundam has its iconic beam rifle and beam saber, but it also has a beam javelin to stun opponents, a rocket launcher to pop enemies into the air, and the Gundam hammer, which is a spiked ball on a chain that flies forward and wrecks people's day. In order to use these three, you combine shot and boost, shot and melee, and boost and melee, respectively. These tools round out the Gundam's combat capabilities, and all suits have some form of additional weaponry or maneuvers tied to these button combinations. Some may be situational, some may be defensive. Some may even be giant laser beams, which hit really hard and are active for a far longer interval than most other projectiles. Some might even be special air launchers or combo finishers. All of these tools help to define that suit's effective range and usage, as well as its potential role on a team. Some suits have the ability to charge attacks by holding an attack button. This grants more situational options to the suit in question, as some charged attacks may be a larger and more powerful shot, or they may have multiple levels of charge that completely change the properties of the attack in question. Some even operate as giant explosives that apply damage over a large area, so be sure to warn your teammates before lobbing that into the fray. There are other special techniques that are suit specific, and due to having over 90 default suits in Gundam Versus, it's probably best to leave that bit of exploration up to you.